While many were unwrapping their gifts at home this morning, officers with the Athens Police Department hit the streets with a mission to serve the community. Officers spreading a little extra holiday cheer to local kids by giving away toys. Just look at how excited these kids were. Fox 54's Logan Alexander Russell caught a ride with officers as they handed out toys.
For kids, Santa's elves typically live at the North Pole, but this morning in Athens, they were spotted wearing badges and driving patrol cars. The sight of blue lights in the rearview mirror is typically a dreaded sight, but this Christmas, those lights were for toys. The Athens Police Department spent the morning patrolling for joy, looking for children to surprise with free toys. Officers say seeing the kids' faces light up is rewarding.
Seeing the kids happy, they're so excited, and especially when they open up the vehicle and they see all the presents inside it, and they just see all of them. They know they get to pick whichever one they want. You know, they enjoy it, and I enjoy seeing that.
Officers delivered thousands of dollars worth of toys, including action figures, bicycles, basketballs, and baseball bats to children waiting outside.
Every year we go out and give out gifts. We get gifts donated to us, a lot of gifts donated to us to give out. And this year we had a good bit of money donated to us, and we purchased several $1,000s worth of presents. So for the last couple hours this morning, we've been giving out gifts to kids.
The department says their mission goes beyond the badge. It's about building a bridge between the station house and the front porch, because for these officers, protecting the community also means investing and bringing smiles. From Athens, Logan Alexander Russell, Fox 54 News.
For some people, Christmas morning is calm and quiet. But for the staff at City Cafe Diner, it was go, go, go. With the line stretching out the door, City Cafe Diner was one of the few Huntsville restaurants open on Christmas Day. City Cafe Diner has been serving the community since 2012, and from the very beginning, they've made it a point to stay open on Christmas Day. This year was no different, with a special holiday menu and a full case of desserts ready for customers looking for a warm meal. The owner says opening their doors on Christmas is a tradition they're proud to continue.
They anticipate this day because a lot of people don't want to cook at home, or they have a lot of people to cook for, so they'd rather come here, get comfortable, get served some warm meals, Christmas specials, and that's what it's all about, celebrating like one big family.
Customers packed the restaurant throughout the day. One man told me he drove all the way from Gunnersville after being unable to find any other restaurant open. Others, like the Colemans, say City Cafe Diner has become a regular part of their routine.
On a bad week, I come 6 times a week. On a good week, it's 7 times a week. We know everybody. Great service. And they're all like friends.
Not everybody has family that they can go visit, and not everybody wants to cook a big meal, but they might like to enjoy a good meal.
Christmas Day also brought in some first-time customers, including those just looking for a quick bite before heading to holiday dinner.
My parents are going to cook a big meal later, but I'm a foodie, so I was like, I need to have a snack right now. I'm going to have some coffee, a little dessert. Yeah, should hold me over.
City Cafe Diner is also known for its extensive dessert selection, featuring cakes, pies, and even traditional Greek desserts, which Francine Garcia was eager to try.
First time trying baklava at City Cafe Diner. We'll get a taste test, a little ASMR. 10 out of 10. Best Christmas Day gift ever.
Was a full holiday meal or just a sweet treat, City Cafe Diner gave many a place to gather, share a meal, and celebrate Christmas Day together.
Well, we're still not getting full details just yet from U.S. officials with regards to the details surrounding this strike. What we do know is the U.S. Africa Command has said that multiple Islamic State targets and militants were killed overnight in these deadly strikes. We've heard, as you mentioned, from the U.S. President himself addressing this military action in social media, saying and describing this as a powerful and deadly strike against Islamic State terrorists. And this strike took place in the northern Sokoto region of Nigeria, just bordering Niger. Now, at this stage, again, no clear details with regards to the impact. What we do know is that this was carried out in coordination with the Nigerian government. We've heard from a Nigerian presidential spokesperson and advisor saying that both the US and Nigeria are on the same page when it comes to tackling these security concerns. And of course, what we've been hearing from the White House for several weeks now, and from the US President himself, is the ramping up of concern around the protection of Nigeria's Christian community against extremist attacks. And it's important to note and underscore that, of course, Nigeria does have a deep-rooted history of security troubles when it comes to Islamist extremist groups. But these attacks that we have seen in the past have targeted both Nigeria's Christian and Muslim communities, two of the largest religious communities in the country. So this is certainly a historic concern within the country, but we are now seeing very clearly that first-hand action by the US military in Nigeria, according to officials in coordination with the Nigerian government.
Test too hard.
Arizona's teacher shortage hit crisis levels during the pandemic. Many schools found a solution overseas.
I am an international teacher from the Philippines.
When Flores started teaching on the Tohono O'odham reservation, his students hated taking tests.
When we came in here, we shifted how the social culture of the kids are, the academic culture.
What if you're just too young?
He's one of 20 international teachers in the rural Babakivari school district who must leave in the next 2 years. That's 1/3 of classroom teachers and 50% of staff at this middle school.
It is going to be difficult to find new teachers to come to our school because we are in a rural district.
Give me a thumbs up if you're ready.
6th grade teacher Irene Hilua hasn't told her students yet.
I don't want them to think about that sadness as we go along.
She worries what it will mean for their academics.
If teachers leave, students lose the consistency, the trust, and the relationship that takes years to build, so it's hard.
What if it's too rough?
Every holiday season, Americans return billions of dollars worth of gifts, according to the National Retail Federation. It feels harmless, put on a label, drop off the box, done. But experts say those returns carry a climate cost.
The climate impact of holiday returns is massive. Returns always multiply the environmental impact of e-commerce and retail.
Why? Because every return triggers more shipping, more handling.
Returns adds a good chunk, so 20 to 30% maybe of carbon emissions and costs associated with it.
Most of that impact, around 90%, is from transportation. The other problem, shoppers think returns get resold, but experts say that's not always the case.
Sometimes the returns sit in a warehouse and they go to a liquidator, and sometimes they go to landfill, and very few returns actually get put back into inventory.
And those free returns aren't actually free.
It's just factually not true. Whether it's price-wise, these returns get factored into the retail price. We are paying for the returns even if we don't ever make them.
So what can you do to help lower the footprint? 5 tips from the experts. Order less stuff, be careful not to damage the stuff or the packaging so it can get reused. Return it quickly before it goes out of season so it's got a better shot at getting resold. Return it in store instead of online when possible so it can get put right back on the shelf. And when shopping for someone else, take out the guesswork. Just do a gift card so they can get exactly what they want the first time.
It's time to be together with the ones you love. And what better gift to give this holiday season than making sure your aging relatives are safe?
It's just an opportunity where we start to see the changes as they develop in real time based on the fact that we're all meeting together.
Dr. Case Tedder with Orlando Health says those changes can be subtle and include balance difficulties, trouble getting up from a chair, leaning on a wall, clinging to a handrail for short distances, and loss of grip strength. All of these can lead to a fall, which is the leading cause of injury for adults 65 and older.
It's a very preventable thing and something that we can easily make adjustments to avoid.
To keep seniors safe, Tedder says to eliminate home hazards like clutter, loose rugs, cords, and in the bathroom, make sure there are grab bars and a shower with a non-slip mat, chair, or one you don't have to step into. And also make sure there's plenty of lighting and that they wear shoes that are sensible.
Be careful with house shoes or socks that don't have any grip on the bottom. This is a huge source of falls as people try to get out of the bed.
Physical activity is important at every age, and Tedder says it can also help prevent falls.
Easy strength training balance exercises, 10 to 15 minutes, even a day, or a stress ball with grip strength or small weights can sometimes improve tremendously balance and coordination.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
It is time for New World.
Jamie Campbell Bower, who portrays Vecna in Stranger Things, describes playing the big bad evil guy of the series.
I genuinely felt like I had a great, opportunity and a duty of care to this world and to the work that had already been put into it. And so, to play the big bad was never something that I never really saw. It was one that I didn't see, but it was never I was never conscious of being the bad guy. I just wanted to bring this character to life.
The final episode of Stranger Things premieres New Year's Eve.
You've brought all the wine out from the cellar.
Yes, Mom.
And closed the cellar hatch.
And in case you missed it in theaters, British farce Fackham Hall is out now on VOD. The film's director says it was a very fun film to make.
I'm not going to lie, we had a lot of fun. We had an awful lot of fun on set. I had a great bunch of actors who became like a little family. We were in the most beautiful locations. Knowsley Hall, which is home to the Earl of Derby, was our main setting. So it was a beautiful place to hang out and to film and to shoot.
Oh well, you made it to 7. To London's oldest ever chimney sweep.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
How does anyone know?
He did say he'd be back. Gamers get to take on Skynet in Terminator 2D No Fate.
Terminator 2D No Fate is one of my favorite games of 2025. This is a love letter to not only the Terminator 2 film from James Cameron, which I think is as close to a perfect film as most films ever aspire to get. This is a game that recreates the whole story of the film as a 2D platformer, as if something you would play on the old Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis 16-bit game systems. But it's for modern consoles. And it just felt like such a love letter. It felt so personal and cool and like something that had been missing from the timeline, and they made it. Like they plucked it out of the past and brought it to the, it's very Terminator-esque the way that this whole thing came together. It feels impossible, and yet it's here, and it's so fun.
Terminator 2D No Fate is out now for PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox consoles. Leveling Up in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Fox 54 Plus has your news, sports, and weather. Start your evening with Fox 54 at 5:30, delivering the latest headlines and live reports straight from the scene. Then, stay informed with Fox 54 News at 9, featuring your Tennessee Valley certified most accurate weather impact team, tracking everything from tornado threats to traffic delays during severe weather. Fox 54 Sports Extra brings you more of what sports fans crave, with deeper insights, expert analysis, and all the action that matters most. On Fox 54 Plus, you'll also find Alabama politics, plus 24/7 weather radar and real-time forecasts to keep you ahead of the storm. Looking for a quick recap? Don't miss Fox 54 Week in Review, highlighting the biggest stories of the week. Jumpstart your morning with Morning Rush. Fast-paced news updates featured with uplifting stories from across the globe. Get your entertainment fix with Getting Real, where we break down movie reviews, top 10 lists, and spotlight the newest film. Die Hard fan? Locked On Sports dives deep into the Crimson Tide, the Tigers, college rivalries, and pro action. True Crime Warrior Style? Killer Cases brings you gripping real-life stories that stick with you. Hungry for more? Cooking with Style serves up mouth-watering recipes that are easy to make and impossible to resist. From movie previews before you head to the theater with Take a Look to must-know headlines from across the region and around the world with In the News. Watch all of these shows on demand and also on the Fox 54 News app. Available on Android and iOS devices. Streaming 24/7.